Okay. So we'll start in Sukhasana, sitting on our mats. Always want to come together with the breath. So close the eyes. Legs are just crossed. Whatever was happening before this class started, we're just going to let that, pack it into a box, put it in the corner. It'll be there for you to pick up if you want at the end of class. But otherwise, just focus on your breath and start to connect to your mat and your body. No special particular breath. We just want to make sure that we're flooding the body with oxygen before we get started. And to keep that breath through the whole practice. The more you breathe and the more you bring oxygen to the muscles, the less sore you will get when you do a workout like this. We'll just spend another breath or two here. Take a deep, deep breath, fill the lungs, separate the lips, exhale, let everything out. And then you can blink the eyes open. We're gonna inhale and bring the arms up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. We're gonna add a twist, inhale up. Twist to the right, exhale down. Inhale up, center. Exhale, other side. Again, inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Bring your hands to the sides. We're gonna do some lateral stretches. We're gonna do them pretty quickly, so with the breath. Go ahead and reach to the right, to the left, again to the right, and to the left. And then go ahead and move sideways, or not. You don't have to move sideways, but come into Dandasana. Engage the legs. We're gonna just continue to warm up the arms and the shoulders. So we're gonna kind of do this scooping action. So inhale, exhale, inhale, scoop. Exhale, again. One more time. Coming into a seated pigeon, bend the knees. Left ankle to the right knee, bring your hands for support behind you. And then we're just gonna bring the heel as close as we can until we're finding that stretch in the outer leg. You can have the elbows bent. They don't have to be straight, but try to keep the chest lifted. Keep that left foot flexed. And continue to breathe here. Let's take 2 more breaths. And then release. Same thing on the other side. Right ankle to left knee. Notice which side is a little bit tighter. Find your breath. Flex the right foot to protect the knee joint. Three deep, slow, steady breaths here. And then go ahead and release. We're gonna sit here for just a minute before we go to hands and knees. I wanna focus on the wrists just for a minute because we're gonna be doing a lot of balance, down dogs and and things like that. So let's just go ahead and bring the right arm forward, and then take the tops of the fingers with your left hand and pull them back. Keep the arms straight. And then release and bring the fingertips towards the forearm. You know, obviously they're not going to go very far, but keep the arms straight. And then shake that out, and we're going to do the same thing with the other side. So left arm is straight, fingertips pointing up. Take the right hand and pull those fingers back. And I know both of you work on a computer too, so this probably feels good anyways. Go ahead and release. Bring the fingertips towards the forearm. And then go ahead and release. Bring the palms together, prayer hands to the heart, and then we're gonna just dip the fingers down. Just so you guys know too, I don't have the microphone in, so I can hear you if you need to ask me a question. Press the palms together, fingertips down. And then bring them up and towards the heart. And then we're gonna just kind of roll the hands forward. And then we'll do it in the other direction. Just be very careful tonight to check your foundation. I'm going to give you the cues, but just be very careful with that. We want to make sure that even when we're doing this faster paced stuff, that we can do it for a very long time without having the sore wrists and things like that. Go ahead to hands and knees. So just like here, have the hands a little bit forward of the shoulders. Knees hip width apart. Let's warm up the spine with our Betalasana. So lift the tail, lift the gaze. And then exhale, arch. Inhale up. Exhale, arch. Do 2 more rounds on your own, and then we'll meet in a tabletop position. So once we're at tabletop, we're just gonna bring the head to right ear to right shoulder. So just stretching out the neck a little bit. And then left ear to left shoulder. And then maybe you drop the neck, round to the right shoulder, and then back to the left. And then just bring the head back to center. So we're gonna start with our bird dog taps. So how we extend the arm and the leg, and then we're going to tap just like this. So also with your foundation, with your wrist, really check the wrist creases. If your wrists are turned in too much, not good. If they're out too much, not good. The wrist should be parallel to the front of the mat. So it's gonna look like this. We're gonna have the arm and leg extended. We're gonna inhale. Okay? So go ahead, extend the right leg, extend the left arm, push the floor away from you. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, tap. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring it down, other side, left leg out. Toes pointing down, we're lifting with the inner thigh. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, tap. Exhale through the mouth. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hands and knees, come into child's pose. Sit back on the heels, extend the arms. We're just taking 3 breaths here, and then we're coming back to hands and knees. Lift the head, return to hands and knees. We're coming into the bird dog position again, but this time we're going to crunch. So really navel to spine here and arch the back as we do that. So prepare for the posture. Toes are pointing down, foot is flexed. Exhale, knee to elbow. 2, extend all the way. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other side. Extend the leg, reach through the fingertips, take a deep breath in. Exhale together. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hands and knees back to child's pose for 3 breaths. Lift the head, bring yourself back to hands and knees. Cross at the ankles, not at the angles, and sit down. This is where you would use your 2 blocks, okay? I'm gonna show you how. So you can do it without 2 blocks, of course, but if we're gonna do it, so it's gonna be from this reverse tabletop, and then we're not letting the bum touch the ground. We're straightening the legs into Dandasana, and then up. So you can use the blocks here with the hands, just to give you some more height. So if you're gonna do that, go ahead and get ready for that. Otherwise, prepare without them. Here we go. Chest is lifted, reverse tabletop, lift the pelvis. 1, 2, 3, 4, don't forget to breathe. 5, 3 more. 6, 7, 8. That was good, right? Oh, I wish I wouldn't have done those extra few in the beginning. All right, move the blocks off to the side. You won't need those again. We're gonna lie down on our backs. And this is gonna be our, the first time incorporating a 30-second interval in this class. So we'll see how we like it, okay? You're gonna put your legs up. Now, depending on your abdominal strength, you can lower your legs, but don't let the bottom of the back lift off the mat. We wanna protect the lower back by pressing it into the mat. And what we're gonna do is extend the arms, lift the head and chest, and we're gonna pulse for 30 seconds, okay? Continue to breathe as we do that. So go ahead and get ready. Lift the head, the chest. I'll time us. $15 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. That was good, right? Did you guys like it? Yeah. You're like, sure. Go ahead and hug the knees. We're gonna do one more thing on our back. So yeah, rock a little bit left to right. Really, and the higher you bring your legs, the less the abdominals have to work, of course. So when we do this next one, it'll be like the same thing. You'll have an option to keep the legs straight or to bend the knees a little bit. So once you're done rocking, bring your feet back down. And we're gonna do scissors. So it's gonna look like this. We're gonna bring the leg up. We're gonna grab behind the leg. This is where the dynamic stretching comes in for the hamstrings. And you can keep your head down here, or you can keep it up here. We're gonna do 2 pulses, and do this for 30 seconds. Okay? So go ahead and get ready. Get one leg up, one leg out. Exhale, lift. 1, 2. Halfway there. Five more seconds. And bring it down. Take a rest or hug the knees again. When you're done hugging the knees, go ahead and come back to hands and knees. So be sure you roll onto your side first and then come up safely to protect the lower back. And we'll move on to the next thing. Next thing is the funnest one ever, forearm plank. So we're gonna add toe taps to this, but you can always just stay on your knees and do knees the whole time. You can do child's pose the whole time. So let's go ahead and go to forearms. We're gonna interlace the fingers. Be sure that you're pushing the floor away from you, so you're out of your shoulders. Extend the legs behind you. Navel to spine. Use the muscles in the back of the body. Right leg steps out. 1, left leg. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it. 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to hands and knees. Go back into child's pose. You can grab the bottoms of your feet for a moment. Bring your hands to the mat. We're gonna do just a quick thread the needle here. So just lift your bum a little bit so we can slip that left hand underneath the right arm. Give the shoulder a little stretch. And then back to center, other side. Back to center. Bring the knees hip width apart. We're gonna come up into our first down dog. So check your foundation of your hands. Curl the toes under. Lift the hips up and back. Draw the ears to the inner arms. We're not gonna stay here very long, but you can pedal the feet out to stretch the calf muscles out a little bit. So you can round the back here a little bit. Just be sure that you're pressing the roots of the fingers so you're not dumping into the joints. That's the part I'm worried about or would like you to focus on the most. Okay, slow down your walking. See if you can go with my cues and what I'm asking you to do next. So, I mean, if you can peek under your armpit at me, that would be fine too. But what we're gonna do is a 3-legged dog into a crescent lunge, and then we're gonna lift up, and we're gonna do that 8 times. And it's gonna be crazy, but crazy fun. All right, here we go. Right leg up. Very controlled. Exhale, bring the right foot forward. Press up, arms up. Inhale. Exhale, back to down dog with the leg up. 1, 2, 3. So back heel stays lifted, and make sure you're pressing so that left hip flexor gets some length. 4, halfway there. 5. 6. 7. Last one. Hooray. 8. Walk it out. You can drop to child's pose here too if you want. We're going to do the other side after 3 breaths. Okay, here we go. Left leg up. 1. Watch your wrists here. We're not in a hurry. 2. 3. 4. Halfway done. 5. 6. Don't forget to breathe. 7. Last one. 8. Drop to your knees. Go into child's pose. Grab the bottoms of your feet. Just taking a short break here. Go ahead and press the palms to the mat. Return back to downward facing dog. And then we're going to walk to Tadasana. So go ahead and look to the front of your mat, walk forward. Bend the knees. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. All right, so you can grab your weights. We're not doing anything crazy with the weights today, so you can grab the heavy ones or have nothing at all, but your legs are definitely going to, they're going to be tired. Are you guys doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so feet are going to be a little bit wider than hip width apart. We're going to bring the weights up to the shoulders. So they're not on the shoulders. They're just up to the shoulders like this. Keep the chest lifted. Toes are pointing forward. So we're going to squat. And then we're going to bring leg up. Okay? So be sure that you're keeping the weight to the back of the body. All right, let's go ahead and start. Squat down. Lift. 2. 3, 4, keep the tailbone under. 5, 6, straight toes. 7, 8. Good. Bring the weights down. Bring the right leg back. Keep the heel lifted. We're going to do crescent lunges. So knee is not going to touch all the way down. We're just going to dip. So crescent dips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, drop the pelvis straight down. 7, 8, hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Press up. Back to Tadasana. Squats again. Widen the legs. Toes are pointing straight forward. Weight in the back of the body. Keep the pelvis tucked. 1. Whoops. Sorry, bring the weights up here. 2, 3, 4. Press the heels as you lift. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now crescent lunges on the other side. Lunges, dips, whatever. We know what we're doing. Bring it back. I guess technically it's not a lunge, but it's a lunge dip, right? All right, left leg back. Here we go. Don't let the knee go over the ankle for this one. Drop the pelvis. 1. Chest is lifted. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next one we're going to hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Press up, come back to Tadasana. Bend the knees to put the weights down safely. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back, lower to Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, look up, step to the front of your mat. Drop the sitting bones, we're coming into chair pose. Palms aren't touching here, just shoot your fingertips up. Drop the sacrum, and we're gonna lift the heels 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, up. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, look up, walk forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Back to Tadasana. We're gonna come into wide legs here. So bring the right leg up and out. We're gonna do a little bit more dynamic stretching. And the first one's gonna look like this. Be sure that you're, protecting the lower back by keeping the legs strong, but it's almost like the butt is sticking out a little bit. And you're engaging the lower abdominals. The arms will be extended. We're gonna take a deep breath in, toes pointing straight forward. And then exhale, touch opposite foot. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take the right toes out so you can lift the heel, bring the toes out. We're gonna come into a side angle stretch 8 times. So bend the right knee, extend the arms, bring the right forearm down. 1, 2, really stretch the side body. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other side, right toes in, left toes out. Take a wide stance here so you can really drop the pelvis. Bend the knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, press the back foot, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Left toes in, bring the feet together, pick up your weights. We're gonna do what is called sumo squats. We're gonna call them goddess pose squats. Same thing, except we're approaching it with a yogic mind as well. So toes are gonna go out, and basically we're just gonna squat down with the weights. Weights are gonna be at the shoulders, but be sure that the knees are lined up directly over the ankles. So you gotta keep pressing the knees open. Okay, try to keep that 90-degree angle. So go ahead and load the weights at the shoulders. Exhale, squat. Press the heels coming up. 1, 2, 3, breathe deep. 4, drop the tailbone straight down. 5, 6, 7, 8. Go down one more time for a hold. 1, 2, press open. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Press up. Bring the toes in, feet back together. We're done with the weights for tonight. Bring the weights down. Come to Tadasana. Separate the feet, and we're gonna come down into a squat. So I'm trying to remember, Barbara, if I've seen you in your squat yet. Are you good with the squat? Like bringing it all the way down, like Malasana? Like you can lift the toes if you need to. Go ahead and come down to a squat. And you can put a block under there if you need to. We're gonna take a twist here. So if you're able to keep your heels flat and do this, go ahead. Kind of just open up the knees for a moment. And as we do this twist, you're gonna have to lift the heels anyways, but still just take a breath or two with the heels down if you can. Shoulders away from the ears. Just kind of recalibrate the breath. So coming into the twist, lift the heels if they're not already lifted. Bring the left hand down. We're gonna be pressing into this leg as we open up, kind of like pulling back the bow. Right fingertips up. Exhale, bring it down. Other side. Open up that left shoulder. Bring it down. Have a seat. We're gonna cross at the ankles, or just, cross into Sukhasana, and then tip forward so we can come to our bellies. Okay. Yeah, you guys can see me pretty good. So we're gonna do just like a swimmer's stretch here. So it's kind of like locust pose, but our arms are gonna be pointing forward. So it's gonna look like we're paddling and kicking like this. We're gonna do that for 10 seconds. Okay? All right, so go ahead and prepare, looking straight down at your mat. And swim. 1, 2, point the toes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost there, 9, 10, and rest on your left cheek, arms behind you. Bring the palms back to the mat. We're gonna do extended arms again, but this time we're gonna twist. So it's gonna look like this. We're gonna be lifting and then doing one of these. Reaching down, right hand reaches down. Okay, so go ahead and prepare. And right arm down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rest on the right cheek, fingertips away from the head. Bring the palms back to the mat. Press yourself up to hands and knees, and then come back into child's pose. Big toes together, knees are wide. Extend the arms. Press the arms into the mat, or press the hands into the mat. Walk the hands to the right and soften. Walk the hands to the left. Soften. Lift, come back to center. And then push yourself up. We're gonna bring the knees towards each other, cross at the ankles, and have a seat. Come into Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet are together. Drop the knees out to the sides. And kind of, you both have this flexibility. Just use your hands on your ankles to bring the heels a little bit closer to the body. And then take your thumbs to the bottoms of the feet and kind of just peel the feet open. See what happens. You can use your elbows to press the legs open. We're just gonna go ahead and round the back and drop the head. Completely release the neck muscles. Let go here. Go a little bit further. Shoulders away from the ears. One more breath. And then inhale, come all the way up. Use your hands to bring the knees together. You can bring the legs out in front of you and kind of just bounce the knees for a moment. We're going to do like a preparatory pose for Janu Shirshasana. So instead of bringing our foot in and out to the side, we're actually going to take the right foot and put it behind us. So the heel is touching the side of the body. And then we're going to separate the knees as much as we can. Okay? Pull this down just a little bit. So once you're there, be sure that the left thigh is untucked. So your knee is pointing straight up to the ceiling. The left toes are pointing straight up to the ceiling. And then we're going to inhale. And then exhale over the left leg. Shoulders back. Lead with the chin. Press the hamstrings into the mat. Inhale, come all the way up. Bring this right leg in carefully. And then we're going to do this with the left leg. So left foot behind you. And if it's easier, you can take this left calf muscle and kind of just roll it out. It'll make it a little bit more flat. And then separate the knees. And then take the inner left thigh and kind of tuck it under. And we were just grounded on your sitting bone a little bit. The left sitting bone is going to be lifted. That's okay. We're not pushing We keep our SI joints happy. We're not pushing anything opposite into the mat. Knee is pointing up, toes are up. Inhale, lengthen. So there's a slight twist here. Exhale, fold over the leg. If you can grab the foot, go ahead and grab the foot. Just keep the shoulders back. And then you're pressing the back of the leg into the mat. We're actively stretching the hamstrings. And the knee should not move. The quadriceps are engaged. Feel the breath slowing down. Next inhale, come all the way up. Carefully bring the legs in. And we're going to lie down. Okay, so if you have a strap nearby, you can use the strap. If you don't have a strap, not a big deal. We're gonna do Supta Panabhushtasana. Straighten the left leg, bring the right leg up. See, you can even just grab the back of your leg. Rest the head and shoulders. If you're able to grab the toe, you can grab the toe. If you have a strap, you can use the strap, whichever way you want today. And then take the leg and open it out to the side. Back to center. Use your left hand to grab the outside of the right calf muscle. And then right arm extends, and we're just gonna draw that leg over just a little bit. Don't let the right sitting bone lift too high. We're not looking for a twist here, we're looking for a stretch in the IT TSL muscle. Come back to center, and then just bend the knee and bring it down. Other leg, straighten the right leg, bring the left leg up. Soften the jaw, the tongue, the throat. Go ahead, left leg out to the side. Bring it back to center. I have to bend my knee here because I have something weird in my knee that never goes away, or it comes and goes. So I think it's a varicose vein. I've had it since 7th grade, by the way, and I think yoga has kept it from getting worse. It just looks exactly the same, but it's still there. Anyways, go ahead and take your right hand outside of the left calf muscle, extend the left arm, and bring that left leg over the center line. Back to center, and then just release the leg. We are going to do a twist here, and then it will be time for our Shavasana. So bring the left leg over the right, and just drop the knees to the right. So we're just crossing the legs. And then goalpost arms here, or goddess arms, let the left shoulder be heavy. And consciously release the lower back. Let the twisting happen in the lower back. If you get some cracking, then that's good. Next exhale, bring the knees back to center. Other side. So uncross, this time right over left. Drop the knees to the left. Take one more good breath here. And then exhale back to center. Uncross the legs. Draw the knees one at a time up to the chest. And then rock left to right. And then use your knees pointing up towards the ceiling to just kind of draw circles on the ceiling. Just to rotate the hips one more time. Go in both directions, clockwise, counterclockwise. And then one last thing, come into happy baby. So grab the insides of the legs, the bottoms of the feet if you can. Feet up towards the ceiling, press the knees down towards the floor. And rock left to right. Deep hip opener here. Come to a stop. Bring the knees back together, drop the feet, and straighten the legs. Extend the arms overhead. Take a long stretch. Circle the wrists and the ankles. Point the toes, blink the eyes, take a yawn. And get ready for Shavasana here. So covering the eyes. Turning the lights off, or just staying exactly where you are. You guys did an amazing, amazing job today. Let's take 3 really deep breaths. Just inhale, expand the ribs, fill the lungs. Separate the lips and exhale. 2 more like that. Inhale deep. One last time. Feel the bones start to settle to the back of the body. Feel the muscles softening. The definition of a healthy, toned muscle is not necessarily having bulk and hardness, but a toned, healthy muscle will engage and be strong when you need it to be, but it also is able to soften and relax when you want it to. It's all connected to the nervous system and to the mind, to stress, etc. So feel the muscles soften, the ones that you feel that worked the hardest. Feel them melting away from the bones, and feel the skin separate away from the muscles. Just begin to feel this space within the body.